come on. Biscuit, come on. Morning world. Welcome to the last day of 2021. Come on you. It is a wet and misery guts day again today. It's not absolutely lashing down with rain, it's that fine misty stuff that just gets everything wet. Pepper! Wait! Go and get in your bed. Go on. In your bed. Since I've been taking her down the yard with me, she's determined to come with me all the time. Which is kind of endearing and nice in some ways, but I don't always need you down here. There are times when I just need you to stay up here. Come on. Go on. Go and get in your bed. Go girl. Right, so judging by the state of the floor down and around this pillar, I reckon the brush has had a fair bit of company, shall we say, over the last 10-12 hours. Kind of thought I might find something on it when I came down this morning, but they were all let down quite happily just chewing the cud. Anyway, I have actually, for what it cost, which is what, 47 quid plus the VAT, I think it's £52 including the VAT, which is still not cheap. It's a really robust, well-made thing, and I bought 2 more. So again, thank you Peter Rolf for sending us that one. I'm impressed with it enough for the money and for the pleasure they've been getting out of it that I've got a couple more, so it doesn't seem fair that these guys get one and next door don't. So probably going to be a case of this one in here and maybe 2 in with the cows and calves. We'll see, we'll see. Right, I've got a couple of jobs earmarked for today. One of them may not happen because it's raining. I've got a load of logs to deliver locally. The guy really wants them, but I did say that I don't like delivering firewood in the wet. What's the point of me keeping them dry all year if I'm going to chuck them on his drive? And he's got probably, if I could chuck them right outside his garage, it wouldn't be too bad, but I can't. I've got to put them in a parking space on the opposite side of the road. He's then got to carry them over the road, up a load of steps and into the house. It's not really a job you want to do when it's raining, and I'd rather he had his logs dry. So another job I got earmarked for today is, if you remember back in June, Johnny Houston sent me some big aluminium washers to replace the grinding discs I used to do a bodge repair on the mudguards on the case. Never quite got round to fitting them. Anyway, when we were moving the office a bit today, came across the envelope and I thought, right, must do that. So Johnny, your washers are, unless something goes wrong, going on today. But before I do that, I've got to go to Dursley. I've got to go and walk down Bridleway, which in the UK is basically a footpath that allows horses as well. Apparently there's a large tree gone down across this bridleway, 3-foot diameter stem, they said, so that's quite large. They want it cleared up. I need to go and have a look at it, work out logistics, work out the health and safety side of it and how we're going to do it. So I've got to shift the dumper to get the tractor out, because I think if it stops raining I'll do it over there. If it's going to continue raining, then I'll move the dumper out and I'll put the tractor in here, because I don't want to get wet. And I've got to use power tools. And I've got power over here. I've got power over there-ish on the extension cable. Right, okay, so first job, Dursley. What did I come down here for? Oh yeah, I came down because I can't find my cap. What have I done with my cap? Oh, maybe I left it in the van then. Okay, check the van. There it is. I don't need it just yet. Well, I don't know how much video I'm going to get shot out there this morning, because this fine rain seems to just attract itself to the lens of the camera and you won't be able to see anything. But I'll do what I can. Okay, well that one there's pretty much had it as well. But I can see the real problem down the path. Nope, that's not it. That's it. Right, we have got a collapsed ash tree. You weren't very clever either. Two stems, or is it co-joined stems? Might be co-joined stems actually. One has gone across the path that way, and this fella here has come uphill. Oh, I don't like the look of that. Right, this has obviously been going for some time. These fungal bodies, fruiting bodies, if I can get it off. If I can get one off. Come off. Oh. Not very well. This is Daldinia concentrica, or King Alfred's cakes, or cramp balls. They have many names. Some folks call it a tinder fungus. You can actually use, not that one because he's well past his sell by date. If you've got a decent one, let's see if I can get a decent one. I need to get my weapon out. I can't reach that one. These fellas, if you can get it off, if you come off, come on. Oh, there he goes. Where is he? That's a better one. Right, so you can see where the concentrica bit comes from on the name, and you can see, if you look at the rings, that's been there a few years. I haven't got my glasses on, so don't ask me to count it. Yeah, cramp balls. These are a really, really good indication of dead wood. All that stem there is in a state of decay. These little fellas, if you've got a campfire and you want to go for a 10-mile walk and start another campfire, this is the fella that you keep in your little biscuit tin as a tinder. So you can get your fire going, get this thing going in the middle, and basically that will take, what will that last? 4 or 5 hours. You can keep your tinder going with that. So a little survival tip there. So not that I've ever had to use it. So right, I might just take him home. That's where we've gone over, uprooted, and all that white mycelium there, fungus. So yes, ash dieback, but this could well be honey fungus, or I can't see any fruiting bodies, I can't see any real staining. Honey fungus is my first suspect. No white bracket, so if it's a white bracket it could be something like a Polyporus fraxinea, but there's yeah, there's decay all the way up. This thing should have been felled ages ago. So but then the county's got thousands of trees, and it would take somebody to actually spot it. This is all woodpecker activity in here as well. Woodpeckers have been busy. Right, okay, so the tree is down. This one here, I'm not overly immediately concerned about. If it slid off that stump, which I don't think it will, it could come down a little bit more, but the chances of that killing somebody, slim. Not impossible, but slim. This one here though, he's actually broken off at the bottom, so he's not anchored at all at the bottom. There's no root in there holding it up, whereas this one's got some root in the bank. This one's got nothing, and he's only got 1, 2, which if you can really call that a second, 3, 3 poor points of contact up in the crown of the trees next door. So another good blowy storm could actually bring this thing on the floor. This is actually quite a tricky job. We need to get this on the deck safely. And I think the easiest way to do that is if I can get access into the field next door, is to put a winch cable up there and actually pull him out of the tree. We will do a little bit more damage to the host, but that lime there, that stem of that lime has been completely delaminated, split into two. It's going to have to come off anyway. This is not a 5-minute job. This is a couple of days job. Okay, right, I need to ring the council, speak to the officer in charge. I'm going to suggest they close the footpath, mainly because of this chap here. The chances of it coming down, I wouldn't have said are high, but they're high enough to warrant erring on the side of caution. So if we close the path, put some footpath closed signs across, put some warning tape across, if anybody then decides to ignore that warning and carry on through and get hurt, we've done everything we can to say, we told you. So, not a nah, we told you, but it's a case of, you know, we told you not to do it. Right, that lime isn't very clever. That ash isn't very clever. That ash isn't very clever, and one at the top. We could end up being here a couple of weeks. And this, the slope and the clay and the wet, I don't fancy the chances of anything bar a tractor machine getting up and down here, and even then, that's going to make a mess. All that stuff that's currently up there, we've got to get on the floor. And if we put it all on the floor, the footpath is still going to be blocked. And there's not enough room on the bank to stack it all. It needs to be extracted. Might have to get Simon to come and look at this with us, just to see if he can get his Voltra down here, or get that big winch of his and pull it up. But I'm worried about timber catching on these. I don't want to be ripping these manholes out. That would be bad. Oh well, keeps life interesting, you know. We wouldn't want it to be a boring job, would we? Right, make a phone call, close the path. Tate's hell. Right, okay, so we're getting there. Spoke to one of the folks that live on the road here to try and find out who owns the land either side, and the one guy says, yeah, I know both of them, but I can't remember their names. One of them lives miles away, and the other fella is more local. He said, but I just can't remember their name. So basically, I've left in my card, my old card with the old email scribbled out, and I've written my new email on it. And he's going to contact me with contact details of the landowners, and I'll see if I can get permission to get at these trees from off the footpath. So the next thing now is to see if I can get off this patch of mud I'm parked on. Yeah. Easy. I can't remember how far it was to the nearest gateway I could turn around in. No, not that one. Better not have the wall off, will I, on my mirror. Pay attention, Ian. The thing is, it's holidays, and you just never know. Oh, that'll do. You never know if there's kids around here. So that is not a private drive, that is actually a communal drive to about 3 or 4 houses. I know that because I've worked down there. Right. Okay, so that's job 1 ticked off the list. I've seen, I've assessed. It's a difficult one. Not impossible, but it is a difficult one. It would have been one of those jobs that, had it been in the summer, with dry ground, a lot easier. This time of year when everything's so greasy and slimy and muddy, it's not going to be easy. It's just access to it. So anyway, I've rung the nice lady from the council. I only got her answer machine, but I've left her a message suggesting to close the path. I'm going to go back and I'm going to email her the same. So she's got 2 messages to the same, well, the same message, but 2 ways of sending it, and just suggest that, yeah, the path is closed. So can't do much more for a minute. Right, it is midday. midday. I reckon I might have time to do those mudguard washers before lunch. Maybe. Biscuit, come on. You're not getting away with it that easy. Do you think Mrs. P is going to let you in her house like that? Not going to happen. Right. Towel. Towel. No towel. Okay. Let me go and drip dry. Go on. There you go. Come on. There you go.